All right, everybody. Hey, what's going on? JT here in the studio with you again for another edition of Studio 10-4 Live, the Valentine's Day edition. How about that? Last year, Valentine's fell on Tuesday, so it was really a debate of, is it really Valentine's or is it just Taco Tuesday? And if you love tacos, hey, it's a good excuse either way. And you know what? It's a win because you can take your other half out and go get tacos and celebrate both days at the same time. Well, this year it's Wednesday, it's Hump Day, and I had some great memes that I had saved over the years, for different days that holidays fall on, and I found some great ones for Wednesday, but maybe I could share those up later. I want to welcome everybody in that's responded on our Facebook group that we created, or Facebook chat, as they call it, and appreciate you guys responding and letting us know that you're going to be here. And those that weren't part of the group, we couldn't fit everybody in. And believe me, it's a pretty good substantial size group. But what we're going to do here, just to kind of get everybody in, we'll rotate folks in as possible and try to get everybody through as we can. We have a couple of other guests that are coming in on the later half of the show, and we're going to be talking to them. And that's Evan Stagger, of course, of Evan's Time to Shine. We all know Evan and his great work. Want to look up who his co-conspirator is, because I don't know Josh Rowan, and Josh apparently is a top-notch artist, and he is a contributor to a lot of people, including Evan and many others, I'm sure, but we'll find out. Jamie made it anyways. Hey, yeah, nice hat, buddy. Hey, listen, congrats, of course, to the Kansas City Chiefs and their success over the weekend. And you know what? Hey, it was a great game, by the way. I didn't like the outcome, but it was a great game. And I'll tell you, those two play each other very, very close. And it seems like in quite a few Super Bowls, man, it can go either way by one call, whether it's the officials or the coaches and, the quarterback, whatever they call out there. And I think this one kind of falls on Shanahan's back a bit for not playing the odds on the new overtime rules. And there was folks here at our Super Bowl party that didn't understand that. And they're saying, hey, we score, we win. No, that's not how it works. So if y'all don't know what the new rules are, Google them. Everybody gets their hands on the ball now in the NFL. And it's essentially and this goes from the beginning of that game to the end, even in overtime. Last guy's hands on the ball, going to win. And that's what happened. And end of story. They won. The Chiefs won. Congratulations. Thoughts and prayers go out as well while we're talking about that to Kansas City, Kansas right now, and the crazy crap that's gone on there today. Just cannot believe. And I'm waiting for this story to unfold more to find out what the hell happened. But two guys had a shootout. Kansas City, Missouri. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's James. Kansas City, Missouri. Did I say Kansas? I know I got people in Kansas and in Missouri. So anyway, get it straight. Kansas City, Missouri. Two guys had a shootout at the victory parade. And that's all I know. One casualty so far that's been accounted for, 10 or 15 people wounded. And was it gangbangers? Was it illegal aliens? Was it just, psycho idiots? Don't know. So our prayers and our thoughts, and hopefully everybody else will do the same, is give it up for them. Congratulations to them winning the Super Bowl and to their town healing and figuring out this craziness that went on there today. So again, want to say thanks to everybody that answered on our group chat, that committed to being here. Those of you that can't be here and are listening or will see this on the playback, we appreciate you as much, and we understand everybody's got things to do. That's why we made the group so big, knowing that there might be those that might not be able to make it. So appreciate you guys either way on both sides, making it or not. But boy, we sure do appreciate y'all showing up that have. Want to say hi to everybody that's in the green room waiting along. You guys should be having a good little party going on in there right now. And then, of course, everybody that's watching and queued in, we appreciate you and thanks for tuning in. Pete Henderson, of course, always, almost always, 99.9% time being the number one fan in there and first, as he is today. Very, very few times he's not. So, Peter, good to have you on board again. And Aaron and John and Charles. Eddie, what's going on, Eddie? Good to see you, buddy. Dennis and Josh, we see you're in there as well. Good deal. And in the green room, so good to have you there. All right, a couple of little things I wanted to touch on, and we'll make this quick because I want to get people in and start rotating people in. But what is Valentine's Day? What is Valentine's Day about? You know, and the modern day 21st century answer when you ask most people, it's like, oh, on the lovey-dovey side, it's all of those things, but on, I guess, the pessimistic side, it's a Hallmark holiday. I decided, because I have mixed feelings about Valentine's Day, and I want to know where did it really come from? Did Hallmark get together and say, hey, we could sell cards here, guys? Okay, let's throw this thing out there. No, that's not what it is. And this is what I found out. So I'll bring this up and read it to you guys. It says many historians believe that the day originated from the Roman pagan festival of fertility called Lupercalia, an event filled with animal sacrifice, well, okay, random coupling, and the whipping of women. Not quite the romantic chocolate and roses day that we celebrate today. So I don't know what to think there, but for the ladies out there, I'm sure that was probably not the what they had in mind at all when Valentine's Day was presented, and are much happier with flowers and dinner and chocolate and all the good things that happen. So just to say that there's history behind it, there definitely is. If anybody is listening to the show and they're supposed to be logged in, I have the group open so I can see that. You can contact me there and let me know. I did reshare the link so you can click in and have no problem getting in that way. So how this is going to work, first I'm going to bring in Dan and Shan while I'm sitting here chatting and have them be a part of this. Hi, guys.
Okay. Hi.
Did you literally just walk out of the car and walk in the house?
Yes.
5 minutes ago, yes.
And where were you guys? Were you at the Tulare? Were you at the ag deal? Yeah,
the
okay.
Ag show, yes.
I sent you. I just emailed you a couple of pictures.
Okay, I'll pull them out as we go along here. Good to have you guys. Glad you made it safely. I'm sure no speed laws were broken, and you got home legally and lawfully.
We actually couldn't because everyone was going so damn slow.
Yeah. That's whenever you want to go somewhere, you hate it. You can't get there fast enough. I get it. So what we're doing, and I'm going to let everybody know this, we're going to rotate everybody in, and so far it looks like we'll be able to do this no problem. It just depends on how that goes throughout the show, but we'll see. Right now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people waiting in the green room, and the idea is to kind of, if you're with your significant other, you guys can certainly talk to us and each other. If you're not and you want to shout out to your significant other, we're gonna let you do that. But it might end up being a little shorter. We can stretch it out right now while I got room, but we can only fit so many people into the show at a time. And when I see that we've reached that max capacity, I'm going to start dropping people off and moving you out. We will be bringing Evan and Josh back onto the show in the second half. So when we get done with our Valentine's tribute and are completed, we'll let all of you go, and then it'll be Evan and Josh on the show with me, and of course Dan and Shan if they want to stick around too. All right, at this point, since I think the high priority guy in the gang right now is Cody Davis. Cody, what's going on? Look at you
cruising down the road.
I'm telling you, man.
I'm still in the green room.
Hey, thanks for being in the spirit of things, man, and going all the way on it, you know?
Yeah. I got nothing better to do than sit here and talk, so.
Well, you know, when you got nothing but windshield miles ahead of you, you may as well have something to keep you occupied. So what's happening? Where you at?
We're up in Idaho. We're just running up here to Oregon to load in the morning to head out to Iowa.
All right. Well, it's rainy and cold here in Oregon today, so
it's rainy here too. Been raining
yeah,
all day.
Yeah, all day long. And I'll tell you, it's a swamp out here. It's been coming down. So
it's everywhere. It's just muddy. There's no snow. It's weird for February.
it is. It is really weird. So the rain's good. I can deal with it. Snow, I can deal with that too. But it's easier to get around in the rain, it seems. So let's just go with it. So happy about what's that, Dan?
We have neither.
Yeah, neither. Yeah, well, it's going to come your way, I'm sure. Well, happy Valentine's Day, Cody, and since you're flying solo out there, if you want to give a shout out to your wife or tell us something memorable about Valentine's for you, go right ahead.
Nothing really. I don't know if I've ever actually been home for a Valentine's Day. I was home this weekend. We went out and had supper, and her birthday's here in 2 weeks, so we usually just bundle all that together, go home for that. So I don't think I've ever even been with my wife for a Valentine's Day.
Hey, I'll tell you something, man. You got a very understanding, and I like your wife. I tried that with Miss Julia. She wouldn't have it. Birthday is the 8th, and Valentine's is the 14th. They are two very separate days.
Yeah, my wife's definitely understanding.
That's awesome of her. Good deal. Well, I'm glad that she is, and happy Valentine's Day to her and to you. I'm going to bring our next guy in, Mr. Jake Bass, hanging out somewhere.
Hey,
Jake,
not in a bar, so we're good.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing fantastic. Well, I wish it was that I would be, enjoying a beverage with you guys, but not today. It's okay. Sometimes I do got to work occasionally.
Hey, what I want again, I forget. Do you have a PBR tap in that truck or no?
Yeah, I got a Miller High Life and a PBR in this one, and then just the PBR to 359 back in the day. But yeah,
that's right.
I got to carry that on. I got to keep that going before somebody else takes it.
That's where when I became a fan of Jake Bast was when I saw that PBR tap in that 359 we shot for the cover. I thought this guy's all right.
Well, I don't know, and I don't even drink beer. Is the great part about it. Let's not get so carried away with the all right, but satisfactory at best.
Well, and I know most of the pictures I see you with a cocktail. It is with a cocktail, so not never a beer.
No, never a beer. I got to watch my figure somehow, so we count the carbs and the calories in the clear bottles. Yeah.
Whereabouts are you today, Jake, and what's going on with you?
I'm rusting away in Oregon. I'm doing a little work on my truck and got a load go back to Boston, I think, this next week. And so I'm just kind of getting some stuff fixed up and ready to go. Yeah.
I love the idea you got going on there and the theme, warm color, Hawaiian tropical shirt and the shades. I mean, there's going to be some sun along the way somewhere, right?
It's a mindset. If you think sunny, it'll be sunny. If you think negative, it'll be muddy. So I'm in this nice, warm, dry shop, getting stuff done. It feels nice. I want to be nice today. It's all power of thinking, right? That's what they tell me anyway. Yeah.
Well, where's the missus at today on Valentine's?
She better be cracking a second beer watching this right now. She said she was, so she could tell me if I was getting out of line or not. So I don't know if she's gonna, but she said she was. If I ever did anything for Valentine's Day that was womanly, she'd probably leave me. The last couple of years, I do that beef jerky thing for men that they're supposed to do for us. Well, I send her those beef jerky bouquets in the beer mug, and it just makes her day. So she doesn't. St. Patrick's Day, Valentine's Day, and New Year's, we usually don't go out because that's when most people go out, and So we try to we try to slip off somewhere during the middle of the week when it's quiet, low key, and do our thing. But I get her manly gifts for Valentine's Day, and she's pretty happy with that. If I bought her flowers, she'd think I did something wrong.
She'd probably say, "Okay, who is it? Who's it really for? Because they weren't for me, right?"
No, exactly. I sent her. We were snowed. She was snowed in a couple weeks ago, and I got her a little something to help clean out the driveway. And I met the guy in the front in town, and I gave him a box of Miller High Life. He says, "Oh, you probably don't want to carry that in your truck." I said, "That ain't for me. It's for my wife. When you drop it off, she'll know it's for her." And he goes, "Not flowers?" And I said, "No, a box of beer. She's happy." So, yeah.
Well, good to have you back on the show, Jake. Happy Valentine's Day to you.
Thanks for having me back. Sorry I missed the last couple of times. This thing's been crazy, but I wasn't going to miss tonight. I promise. Thank you, John.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I hope you stay with us here. We're going to rotate some folks in and out, and just hang with us if you can, okay?
I'm not leaving until Ingrid is beside me and Botello shows up with flowers. I'll be here till then.
And neither one of them have showed up yet. So.
I called Jeff a little bit ago and I said, "Don't leave me hanging on this." And he goes, "What?" and hung up. So
Well, he said beer is cracked.
Jeff's always late, so I'm just figuring he'll show up when he shows up.
Yeah, he will.
All right. Next up, I want to bring in Evan and Tammy. What's going on? Hi, guys.
Hey.
How you guys doing?
Doing good, man. Good to see both of you there.
Yep. Got done with work just in time.
Oh, you're never done with work, Evan, dude. I know you. You got Rouge out there screaming your name, man.
Hanging with us. What are you doing,
Yeah,
man?
it's all in the fingernails yet. Yeah, I had 6 weeks off, so I got to get back to it. Louisville's coming up quick.
What? Whoa, wait a minute. 6 weeks off. How'd you do that?
I had to have
It's called math,
surgery, and I'm getting old, is what it comes
Or
from.
wait a minute. Can I ask, were you in jail or what?
I wish. That'd have been an easier sentence to deal with for sure. Telling me I can't hold a grinder for 6 weeks was not awesome.
Yeah, no, brother. I always say, and I will to this be true all the time. Evan, you're the hardest working guy out there with a polisher and a group with you doing what you do, man. I mean, at the shows, if you haven't seen Evan and his gang out there doing what they do, teamwork phenomenal. It's just go, and it's like you never stop, and how you don't show up in blackface rouge makeup when you're at the shows, I don't know, but it's quite a show to watch, and I look forward to seeing you and all that happening again in Louisville.
If you notice, I'm always wearing white at the shows because everybody wants to wonder how I get so clean.
I'm
That's
sure.
all part of it.
Do you have like a hand cleaner sponsor yet or anything?
Oh, hand cleaner. Yeah, no. Actually, we have our own hand cleaner we developed this last year.
Oh, well, you're gonna have to be pimping that then on the cover show, man. We're doing that. By the way, we're gonna do our February cover truck story show next week. So guys, be sure and tune in for that. So tell us, guys, give us something. Is there anything you guys do that's a regular Valentine's celebration? Does one or the other do something to spice it up? Give us the couple's take here.
She usually gets me candy, and I usually wait till the end of the day to give her a card. That's usually how it goes.
Low key here, huh?
No, we've gone and done.
We did Daytona 500.
We did the Daytona 500 the one year. We did.
Hey, now that's love right there. That's stock car love.
We've gone and done fondue a couple times.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we've gone and done that. Now that we got kids, they're definitely part of the routine now. I got 2 girls, so you gotta treat them good too. So.
Well, and I was going to say, when kids come into the picture, it definitely can change the dynamics of what a couple's Valentine's is like, right?
Oh yeah, especially when you got 2 girls, because they want to be a part of it. If you have boys, they don't want to be a part of that.
Yeah, it's icky stuff when you talk to the boy. How old are the girls?
Oldest is 13, youngest is 10. Yeah.
Oh man, you're heading into that part of life where, and this is from my experience of raising kids, and I've raised a few in my time. Aliens invade their bodies, and your child no longer exists at that point. So be ready for that and try to figure out who this
That's
alien
happened.
might be.
We are pretty fortunate.
They,
Our
far.
oldest
So far,
our oldest
knock
is a
on wood.
homebody, and she likes being home.
That's good.
And
Oh,
our
boy.
youngest, she's kind of the social
She's
flower,
going
and
into high school, so that
it could
could
change.
change.
Yeah.
It could
But
change.
right there in that cabinet is to fix some of the other stuff that goes on around here,
Uh-huh.
the gun cabinet.
the gun cabinet.
I know. My first, try it family life and marriage. My wife had 5 children, 4 girls, 1 boy, and all the guys in town knew who I was. I was a contractor with a big 4x4, and it stood out, and so did I, and they all knew I had guns. So I didn't have much boy trouble. The girls were awesome. I had one girl that her favorite thing was being grounded. It took all the temptation away, she told her mom and I this, that it was so much better when she was on groundation, as she called it. It's simpler. She didn't have any temptation choices to be made. It was all laid out for her. So hopefully you guys, will make it through these years and ahead. But the 10-year-old, she's coming up on it. The 13-year-old, she's in the midst of it.
Troublemaker.
Our 10-year-old's the troublemaker. She's
Oh, then you're really in trouble.
oh yeah, no, she's had boyfriends already. The oldest one, she's into boys, but not dating yet. The little one, oh man, she's a handful.
Yeah. Hey, Cody and Jake, you guys can chime in anytime. You're still live on the show.
Hey, this is just good entertainment, hearing what it's like to have kids. I got to live that vicariously through everybody else, I guess. So we're just good. I got to like to hear what I'm missing out on.
All
I got
right.
a
Hey,
13-year-old daughter too, and she's an angel. So little boy, he's 10, he's 11. He's a handful.
that's all right.
Yeah. See, maybe it's that 10-year age. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, might be.
The bar has probably changed. I mean, when I was raising kids, it was about 12. So, that's it. It could be dropping, given the fact that kids seem to be growing up quicker, or at least acting. They're doing more adult things before they should. Does that make sense?
Oh,
I think
yeah.
that's
For
Yep.
sure.
all right. Well, guys, thanks for being a part of the Studio 10-4 Live and 10-4 Magazine first annual Valentine's Day celebration.
Well, we never get to see Tammy, so hi.
I know.
we keep her hidden from the shows. I don't want.
Don't take
Under
it
the stairs
personal,
and
Evan.
I don't
I
want
like
you to
listening to her more than I do
corrupt
you.
her.
I can't help it. So, but thanks for bringing her along. I appreciate that. You guys stick around too. I'm going to bring in our next couple, and I've got Jacob and Emily Bonham in the green room waiting. We've got John and Kim, and I'm going to bring John and Kim into the show now. They really tried last time we had an opportunity for them to be here, and they just couldn't get their setup to work. So here they are today from warm and sunny Florida, I guess. And John and Kim, of course, contributors to 10-4 Magazine and longtime friends of the magazine, cover truck story guy, show competitors, just kind of been around a long while, you guys, and married now for what, 2 years? Is that right? 2 years or 3?
2.5. It'll be 3 in July.
I like the new color choice. I like the new purple. It looks good on you guys.
Thank you.
I gotta say, the red solo cup for remembrance of Toby Keith.
Hey, all hail Toby Keith. Cheers to that.
Yep.
I
Absolutely.
don't have a solo cup, but
Yep.
I was prepared, Dan.
That you got big hands, or was that a miniature cup?
Miniature cup.
Actually, that's to make Alka-Seltzer. I got those for that.
Oh, okay.
They
There
say
it
it looks
is.
like a
So-
shot glass.
So
you don't have
here's
to give that
here's
away.
something that usually doesn't happen, and that's 2 truckers who happen to be married to each other on the show at the same time and looking like they're in the same truck together. So how'd you guys figure that out? And happy Valentine's Day.
John is just AI.
Happy Valentine's Day. Well, we have like our private parking places down here at Vero Beach. He's on the left under the shade. I get to park beside him, and that's where we are. We're in my truck.
Okay.
That's how it
Well,
works.
congratulations on being able to be together on this day when I know a lot of guys like Cody and Jake and some others that are waiting to come in are not able to be with their significant other. So in your short period of couples, although I'm sure you guys may have had some time before you got married, has there been anything that stands out, or is there a tradition yet that's been created for Valentine's for you guys? What do you find yourselves doing?
I take her out to dinner.
Well, that's a good one.
We went out earlier to the Ocean Grill, our favorite place here in Vero. And we make it a point to be together Valentine's Day, Christmas, holidays. We make it work out that we're together for those times.
Well, that's planning, and it's nice when it happens. And it's not like the old days when the Flying J had their own restaurant and buffet. Now you got to go to the Ocean. What is it called? The Ocean.
The Ocean Grill.
The Ocean Grill. I mean, I'm disappointed, but
On
now
the
it's
beach with a window seat looking at the waves. Yeah, it was rough.
okay. All right. Well, you guys are special and spoiled, and that's.
I don't want to be at the Flying J.
No. You come to
I don't know.
Vero,
The beef ribs were pretty good back then. I gotta say, they were pretty good back in the day.
They were. Jake's 100% right. Now all the Flying J's have, if they have anything, is a Denny's, I think, right?
IHOP.
IHOP. Yeah, I mean, that was a shame. They had a pretty decent buffet when I lived in the valley in San Joaquin Valley. I'd eat at the one in Ripon all the time, man. That was like a go-to. Yeah.
That's all that was in Ripon.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Then, not now, man. It's a whole different world down there now. So I went down and visited Miss Julia a couple weekends ago for her birthday, and every time I take a trip down there, it seems like there's something new along the way, and that's ever changing down there, still growing in the San Joaquin Valley area. So, John and Kim, what else? We've got the dinner out of the way. Everything's good. Now you're on the show. Anything in the past you guys done that's been like over the top on a Valentine's Day?
Mum's the word. Dan warned me.
Okay, keep it. Yeah.
Thank you, John. Thank you.
Yep.
I really thought there was going to be a side bet on John and what he was going to say in the first 30 seconds of this, but apparently Dan nipped it in the butt, so we're all safe for this today.
I'd have lost money on that.
Happy life. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, you never know. I should give a warning. I tell everybody he should come with a warning label. Once I warn you, you're on your own. That's all I can do.
Yeah. Hey, I want to shout out to Bubba and Crystal Branch. They were in the green room, and now I'm not sure if they had a bad connection, but I hope you guys make it back in, and we'll get you in here on the show. If you pop in, we'll get you in. John and Kim, thanks. I'm going to bring in our next couple, and that would be Jacob and Emily. Look at you guys right down there in the center.
All right.
Look at that. We got like a, I don't know, a tribal mast in front of us, man. It's the shifter with
screen
head on it.
He's one place and she's another. It just looks like
we're
that.
together. We were trying to
Emily, put your hand through the middle. Oh,
They are.
Jacob, I'm glad it's a J thing.
Jacob's sitting on a telephone box.
between us.
That's my gear shifter. Yeah.
No, how are you so much
I just got to say, there's so many thoughts and things I would say, but this is a family channel, so I'm just going to probably leave it at that. We'll share those thoughts if I remember them in Louisville.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Let me go put it in gear, block her face out right there. Yeah. I got to put it in reverse so it'll work.
Oh, you guys, hey, you can play it any way you want over there. I'm cool with it.
I got my Kansas City Chiefs shirt on.
What's that?
I got my Kansas City Chiefs shirt on.
Oh, that's good, man. You know what? Listen, guys at work were loving it when I showed up on Monday, and they're like, some of them were rubbing it in. One of our general manager left me a condolences card on my desk. Yeah.
That's terrible.
I tried to tell you.
I got to know, Jacob. Did Josh pay up?
He did.
Awesome.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go, man.
I got paid on Super Bowl Sunday. That money was coming from Colorado, Wyoming, Texas. Where else? Shoot, all over. Oklahoma. I rode the
Well,
Chiefs the whole time, man. The whole
yeah,
time.
and you know what? Here's the thing, man. If we're true fans, we're not bandwagon. You know, we live and die with who we got, and that's it. And you know, and I'm not going to play like I haven't jumped off, because I have. There was 3 years where I left the NFL in the rear view because of it was just no more fun.
I did too. Yeah, I did too, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've come back because they've gotten a better handle on it, but it's still not completely worked out, in my opinion. I think they got some areas to get things worked out, but sports and entertainment, that's what it is. Emotionally, people are living and dying emotionally with that. But in the way in life, does it change our lives? No, it's not life threatening. So, I mean, put it in perspective. It's entertainment, and I like it better when we keep the soapboxes out of the picture and we stick to what we're there for. And that's maybe it's a movie, maybe it's a concert, maybe it's a football game, baseball game, whatever. So
exactly. Totally
happy to say you guys are together. So see, this is a trend, I think.
Yeah, we went trucking tonight on Valentine's Day. Trucking to the restaurant.
Oh, no.
This is my date night.
So regular day.
It's work
Emily?
for him, but this is fun for me. This is like a date for me.
I am literally sitting in a truck stop parking lot. I mean, in the fuel aisle. Not even lying. In the fuel aisle.
Oh my
God. You're that guy, huh?
I'm that guy today.
So nobody's knocking on the door of the truck. Must not be a big night.
What's he doing?
Somebody keeps walking by, looking in the truck, saying, "What are y'all doing in there? Looking at your dash with no lights on."
Hey, well, at least you're safe from the lot lizards out there tonight.
That's right. Yeah. She asked me one day, "What's a lot lizard?" I said, "Honey, about 20-something years ago, you'd have found out. I don't see them no more this day."
Thank goodness. Thank goodness.
Oh my gosh, there's some things about trucking that just never change, and I'm sure that stuff is still out there, and it's just the same old. But
you just got to know where to go. That's all. John will tell you. You just got to know where to go. Yeah.
Leave it to
Jake. Jake, don't put it on my back, buddy. I know you know the same places I do.
I don't. I'm headed to Southern California tomorrow, so I'll be unloading.
It used to be the rest stop on 99 down there by between Modesto and Turlock.
Yeah,
you just couldn't
the
go
Turlock rest area by itself and Tulare alone. And the great thing was they would just jump back and forth from one to the other. You'd see the same one at both of them.
Oh,
That's
you discriminate north to south.
Hey,
the great thing was watching them run across the freeway from the northbound side and southbound side, going over the median. It was through the oleators before they took the oleators out. It was great.
Yeah. You know what? That's a whole side bet thing on its own. Betting if they make it.
It was.
Exactly. Leapfrog.
Well, it's Valentine's.
You got to do something if you stay up all night.
Maybe you guys are just seeing things.
Yeah,
exactly. Lack of sleep will do that. Lack of sleep will do that.
I got to say that's probably what it was. I don't have any doubt.
So, I think that's where we met, John, at the Turlock Rest area one night.
Was he running across the highway?
No. He was parked next to me in a transfer one night at midnight. I remember that. Yeah.
You know what? He's calling it a little too close to home. The fact that he knows I was in a transfer alone right there is just Jacob and Emily, you guys are basically still newlyweds here. So
yes, sir.
How is this number 2 Valentine's for you guys?
3.
2 since we've been married.
Yeah, 2 since we've been married.
Okay.
Yeah.
So have we gone over and beyond yet on the Valentine's for one or the other, or are you guys still?
He goes over and beyond for everything. I say we're not gonna do anything. Let's not do anything, and he'll say, "Okay, baby, we won't do anything." And then he comes up with this unreal everything every holiday. I can't. I should know better by now.
Yeah,
he goes overboard on everything. This is Jacob Bonham. Okay, he does everything big.
Our friend Karen, our best friend Karen from Maine. I always, include her in whenever I'm shopping for something. And when I was coming home from Colorado the other day, I seen this crystallized thingy on Facebook where you can put a picture in it. And I said, that's pretty cool. I think she freaking liked that. I usually get her jewelry all the time, right? I know a woman likes jewelry, but at the end of the day, I thought this was pretty cool. So I got this. It probably weighs 50 pounds. It's heavy. I mean, it's about this tall. It's a heart with a picture from my wedding whenever I dipped her and gave her a kiss in front of the truck.
It's like etched in and it
etched in
lights
it.
up and it's
And I
so,
got
like
it,
3D.
yeah.
It's so beautiful.
So I ordered that coming home that night, and then man, we got it in the mail. I got it in the mail yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, I was quick. I ordered it Saturday morning, coming home from Colorado, and they made it in Indiana, which I had to pay a little bit extra for rush shipping, so it'd get here before Valentine's Day. And then this morning, whenever she was in there taking a shower, I said, I got to go to my truck and get my linen out of it so I can wash it. And I hurried up to the flower shop and got some flowers and snuck back in the house and set it all up on the counter. And I went to my truck. So yeah, I always try to surprise her. I'm not big on receiving myself. I'm more of a giver, I guess you could say. Getting stuff, I mean, it means something, but at the end of the day, I'm more of I get more out of making her smile and give her stuff, and surprising her. You know what I mean?
Which is good because I said we're not doing anything and I stuck to it because I'm the jerk.
She did.
I think
That's awesome.
every couple needs a person that does everything and expects everything, and then needs someone who just receives it and does nothing.
Yeah.
So it makes everything complete.
I
You
was
guys are
opposite.
good.
To give her.
Opposite.
Yeah.
But I enjoy it. And whenever she tells you, how much it means to me, to her, that I do what I do for her, it means a lot to me. It makes me know I'm doing something right. Because hey, she's a better version of me, man. It makes me better, honestly. I can testify to that today in front of everybody in the world. Y'all see my posts; they're sappy sometimes, but
Okay.
she keeps me humble.
We have.
Yeah, she keeps me on the right track, man. When you love somebody with all your heart and you're willing to be that person for them, it makes you a better person. Hey, that's where I'm at.
I gotta step in and say that in real life is a repeat of what you share out there in social media for YouTube. Now that doesn't prove true for everybody, and I'm just saying that sometimes it's just not that way. But I gotta say I'm impressed, and you know what? I hope that and look forward to spending more time in real life with you guys in the near future.
Definitely.
And come on over and hang out with
cooking for kids.
Evan can testify. He knows.
Evan knows. Evan knows.
True story.
We're sappy and cute at all times.
I'll tell you what. There's two people in my life that give you a run for your money. You guys and the Rowans. Between the two of you, I don't know which one of you guys are all closer with each other, but holy cow, man. That's some real love. Listen, I love my wife.
Then there's John and Kim.
Exactly.
And then there's John and Kim, everybody.
We're the turds.
I still can't add John on
They're
Facebook.
there.
I've tried to add him. There's no add button. I've been trying to add him for like 10 years.
Oh, Jacob, we're friends. We're already there.
Well, when I go look, it says follow or something. I don't know. It's weird.
Oh.
It's weird. Yeah.
All right, you guys.
John's a
I want to
public
bring.
celebrity. You can't just like him. You have to follow him. I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, he's one of those guys. I want to bring Rowan, Josh, and his wife in.
Oh, yeah.
Rowan Concepts is what they're flying under today. So I'm going to bring them on in. They're the last couple I'm showing right now. If there's anybody else in there that is trying to still get in, we got room for you. So go ahead and get on in. I really hope Bubba and Crystal make it in, and any of the other couples that are available out there. Josh, how you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. How are you?
Good. You're hanging around after this to talk. You and Evan and myself and Dan and Shan will be kind of talking about what it is you do and what's going on. But introduce your bride over there.
This is my wife, Trisha.
Hi.
Hi, Trisha.
This is our 20th Valentine's Day together.
Whoa, you're right. So you're next
Wow.
in line, and with Dan and Shan. Dan and Shan, 34. Yes,
Dang,
Dang.
that's great.
30. Huh? With how many?
36.
Is that 36 married or 34
That's
married?
Together.
That's together. Yeah, there you go. Okay, all right. Yeah,
34. Well, yeah.
yeah.
We were preschool when we met.
We're going to be on a rocket chair in
So
36
Dan,
years.
have you ever done the math? How many?
What?
Have you ever done the math? How much in Valentine's cards or flowers is that?
It's like $10, dude.
Remember, he's not the
It's the same
giver.
one each year.
Remember,
Yeah.
I'm not the guy.
Okay.
She reminded me that I proposed on Valentine's Day, and I remember going, but I don't remember it was Valentine's Day. But,
That's a double whammy. You killed two
It
birds
is.
with one stone, Dan.
Right.
Well done.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
already
Yeah.
asked, but
the sad thing was when the bill came for the ring, she got it in the mail and she knew I had it and didn't tell me. So she knew when we went out for that dinner it was coming. So she was probably more nervous
I
than
was
me.
nervous. I was sitting there going, when's he going to do it? Oh my God.
Is that when she found out it wasn't a real diamond too? Is that when
Oh
that
my goodness.
cubic zirconia? Is that
Still
all
wearing
that
it.
stuff?
I'm still wearing it.
Ah, look at that.
After all that time.
All right. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, Josh, we kind of went
Sorry.
down off the track, train off the tracks. It happens now and then here. But you guys, how many years again? Tell me 20, how many?
20.
20 years. Congratulations. So in 20 years, and you guys, I'm going to get a little deep here, a little personal. Has there ever been a Valentine's where we were mad at each other and came back together, or just went right on by it?
No.
Hey, like Evan said a while ago, this is my dog. This is my best friend right here. So, we don't have bad times. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
We work
Glad you
hard
didn't
at it.
ask us, John.
Oh,
Dan, we'll get back to you. We'll get back to you, Dan.
I got a bonus. A couple of you guys know my son, Josh. Hey. So, hey, Josh.
How you doing? How you doing back there? Well, and where are you guys at tonight? I see you're at home probably is what it looks like, huh?
Yeah, I'm in my office, in my studio, where all the magic happens.
Oh, yeah.
Is that Florida?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
We're in South Georgia.
West Florida.
Yeah. Well, we're close enough.
Like North Florida?
Yeah, I'm 30 minutes from Florida line on 75.
Yep.
Dan's just thinking Florida, Georgia, the group or something. I think.
Yeah, Florida, Georgia line.
I'm
I
just
think
thinking
so.
I should have paid attention more in school where you learn the states and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in Idaho somewhere.
It's a good thing Dan takes good pictures, right?
That's right.
I'm pretty too.
And he's pretty. Well, listen,
photography doesn't work out. You can always fall back on modeling, Dan.
I'm looking at the clock, and I want to bring Evan and Josh back in on the last 15 minutes we got here to talk about Josh and what he does, and Evan and what they do together. So I want to thank everybody that's here, the couples and those that are watching. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Don't go anywhere. We're going to have kind of a whole nother part to this show. Jacob and Emily, real seriously looking forward to spending time hanging out with you guys. Louisville will be when we have that first opportunity. So wherever we happen to make that happen with all of us at 10-4, please drop in and let's make that happen. Some of the usual suspects that are out there that I was hoping would be able to make it. A couple of them did on the other side. They're watching. Others that are, Gary Jones and Devery, I wish you guys have been able to make it. I hope you have a good Valentine's. Bubba and Crystal.
Birthday. It's Gary's birthday today.
Yeah, it's Gary's birthday. I know. He got robbed on there. Then I mean, it's Valentine's and it's like Christmas and your birthday on the same day, man.
I'd love a really good gift.
Yeah.
Hey, that's funny because Trish's birthday is the 20th of December.
Oh, shoot. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're right there too.
Yep.
So you got happy birthday presents under the tree every year?
No.
No.
Hey,
All my birthday presents are wrapped in Christmas wrapping paper.
Oh.
That's
You know what?
wrong.
That makes sense to me. I don't know what's wrong with that. I think that's you know what? And for me, I don't even wrap things, man. You get it in a bag, you're doing good. If it doesn't say Amazon on it, I've done good, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
But I believed as a child growing up that they didn't make birthday wrapping paper at Christmas time.
Oh,
Oh well.
Like,
hey, and what's crazy about Christmas time is that's the day we met.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I guess technically Christmas paper is birthday paper. It's Jesus' birthday.
Exactly.
It is. That is true.
Oh, Dan. Hey, Dan, way to bundle, baby.
That's good.
Dan don't be using it right, though.
Good.
He turns it inside out.
Trying not to
telling
block
you.
our little wall thing there.
We're getting closer to that State Farm sponsorship. Way to bundle, baby. Oh man. All right, you guys. Listen, I look forward to seeing everybody when we see you. Hopefully in Louisville, we get to all hang out and spend some time together. Jake, hope we see you out there. Cody, obviously, and Jake, good to have you back, man. You were kind of out of sight there for a while, man. It ain't the same world without you. So stay around and keep it real.
Hey, we'll do it.
Hey, baby. Cody, Jake.
See you, Jake.
Bye.
See y'all soon.
Bye.
All right, y'all be good.
Louisville.
All right.
Really
Awesome.
appreciate Cody joining us there from the club.
Oh, what looking like the man? Go Cody from this truck? You mean?
He took the green room seriously.
He did, man. No, he did.
Maybe you need to make your room green.
You know
I
what?
can try.
I can do that. I can do that on my end. I got the lights going on over here now, man. But everybody, thanks for tuning in, and we'll bring you the second half of what today's show is. We're going to get away from the Valentine's thing here a little bit, but the Spirit will still be here for it. Josh and I haven't met yet, so Josh, good to meet you, and welcome aboard.
Nice to meet you too, man. I appreciate
Yeah.
that.
So you and Evan obviously know each other very well, and you've done some things for Evan and putting together artwork and different things for his marketing and for what he does. Tell us about who, what, where you are, man.
Well, back in 2016, Evan and I, he contacted me about drawing a poster for him, and of course he was just a regular customer. So I said, yeah, man, no problem. And he's like, when I drew it for him, I showed him the rough draft, and he was blown away. And he said, we're going to be in business a long time together. Well, I hear that a lot. You know what I mean? So I tell Evan this. He knows this story. I'm like, whatever. Here we are.
He better know this story.
Hey, well, here we are now making shirts, posters, just going crazy, So he saw it. I didn't see it, but he saw it. So
my side of the story is a little different. So I had seen a drawing that he had done for Brad Garrettson, and I saw it and I was like, that's one of the coolest things I'd ever seen. And I hit up Brad. I was like, where'd you get that done? And he said, this guy named Josh Rowan from Rowan Concepts. He does these hand drawings and they're awesome. I'm like, all right, cool. I wanted to get like 4 of my best customers drawn with a picture in front of my shop. And I wanted it to be something I could hang on my wall. And I hit him up. And while he was drawing it, he took my cab over when it was still the blue and white California edition, right?
Yeah.
And he slammed it on the ground and like drew it out, but it was chopped and screwed real good. And he's like, what do you think? And I was like, dang, that looks pretty cool. Like he did the first drawing, finished it up, sent it to me. I was instantly in love with it. And I messaged him. I said, what'd you do with that rendering you did of my truck slammed on the ground? He's like, I threw it away. I was like, what do you mean you threw it away? Like I collect art. And I'm like, what do you mean you threw it away? He's like, that wasn't good. It wasn't all that great. I'm like, dude, that was one of the greatest things I've ever seen. He's like, no, seriously, I just threw it away. I mean, if you want one, I'll redraw it. I'm like, no, you're not going to redraw it. And he's like, no, seriously, I'll redraw it. It's not that big a deal. I'm like, well, if you threw the first one away, I don't want you to feel bad doing another one. I'm like, I'll buy one from you. He's like, all right, I'll redraw it. So he redrew it. I'll grab it. It's hanging on my wall right here. And he redrew it. And That was it.
There it is.
After that, I told him we were going to be friends for a long time. And yeah, we started doing business together, and it got out of hand and got crazy after that. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Is this behind me? Is that you, Josh, that I'm pointing at?
I don't know.
Evan, is that one of Josh's that you sent me? The
yes,
Mac?
yeah, the Babes and
The
Big
Mac?
Rigs with the Mac, yeah. Mm-hmm.
There we
Look
go.
at you, big dog. You got big dog stuff on a big dog wall. Look at that.
John hit me up one time and he said he had to have a copy of that, and that was the first thing I printed with the new printer. That we started selling prints and stuff too. And yeah, that was the first thing I printed. Of course, we didn't sell that one, but we donated it to the 10-4 lounge.
We need to get
Studio
one on the wall now.
Hey, Studio
On Dan's
10-4
wall,
Live.
yeah.
It's in every show, man. So you can't beat that. And it made it from California up here to Oregon. And for me, it was a no-brainer. I love the old Mac Superliners. It was one of the first big trucks I ever had. And I still, for as rough as that truck of mine was, I still loved that truck. It just had it had all the beginnings of me getting into the business. And whenever I see a Superliner, I always look for the round light Superliners, and there's very few of those out there, man. They are becoming a dying breed, so to speak. So,
and that picture's been sentimental to me personally. That was, of course, Sal C's truck, and Sal C he had always come through Wisconsin and just finally decided to hit me up. Him and I had kind of talked before, but he didn't realize how close I was to where he delivered and picked up all the time. And he hit me up and asked me if I'd start polishing his trucks for him. He had I think a falling out with one of his local polishers or something. And literally that was the year that he found out he had esophageal cancer. And of course, we all know he ended up passing away, but that picture was actually taken as he was driving out the front door of my shop. And when we started doing the Babes and Big Rigs drawings, I told Josh, I said I wanted that one to be my first one because I wanted to honor Sal a little bit. He was a big supporter.
Say his name again.
Sal C.
Sal C. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Initial C.
He was an East Coaster.
Good knowledge, and thanks for sharing that, Evan. I've got a piece of history and nostalgia on the wall there as well, and appreciate that. Thanks for sharing that with me.
Crashing the gate at 98. That was Sal.
I like it. Well, and obviously now this relationship has developed into something for you guys. Your brand is kind of on Josh's back a bit, for him to bring the creative side out on it and take what you do and kind of represent it. That's a lot of people don't get about marketing and branding. It's not just throwing something cool together, which it is, but what does it mean to the brand and how is it represented? So what gives you the inspiration on your end there, Josh, to do what Evan does? And look, I'm asking a question I already kind of feel like I know the answer to, but go ahead. I want everybody else to find out from you.
Well, this is where I'm at. I'm a hot rodder, right? So anything slammed on the ground, big wheels, just my last drawing has to be better than the last one. My next one, I'm sorry. So that's what drives me, and his approval. It drives me even further because then I know that it's killer. I already know it's killer in my own brain because I've seen it. But when he approves it, it's just like a bump. It's like your boy, your best friend, just, man, good job, whatever. So so I'm in competition with myself and trying to please Evan, which I don't have to, but it's just that's what keeps me going and trying to be better than.
I'm always trying to push him outside of his box. As soon as he gets comfortable, I find some other way to get him uncomfortable.
No, he made me draw a girl one time. We're gonna say it, Evan. He made me draw this truck, right? And it's nice. The truck looked good. The reflection looked good. Everything looked good. But there's this woman coming out of the water. I can't draw people. So,
yes, you can draw people, as it turns out.
Well, I can. But at the time, I was like, I can't do this, man. He's like, man, it looks so good. I'm like, man, I don't know, man. She's got a beard. or something.
Hey, it's like photography, man. Some people can take pictures of people, and some people can't.
Yeah.
It is that way. They're better with landscape than people, and I think probably same thing like in what you do too. So I don't have any problem understanding that at all. There's nothing wrong with a good attaboy along the way. It seems like, and I don't know if everybody else feels like this, but in our normal everyday to day life, we have the challenges that are before us, whether it's in personal life, our work environment, whatever it is. But doesn't it always seem like there's just that one guy that's kind of like the sand in the ointment, and be it good or bad, that you feel challenged by that, so you always strive to do better.
Yeah. Well, and another cool thing about Evan and I, we have never fought. You know what I mean? Like, we've never had a disagreement, nothing. And what was it, 2016 when we met?
Yeah, I think it was 2016. And the reason I think we don't fight is because I'm not in it just for me. Like, the whole way we've gone through this, it's been what's beneficial to both. Like, let's make sure that this works for both of us. Because honestly, I don't need to make the money off the drawings. My product and all that stuff does well. And I don't know, I find like partnerships never work because somebody always wants something extra. And I don't even really think we have a partnership. It's just a good friendship that happens to be monetized in its own little way.
It just works. It's just because we're 4,000 miles away from each other. That's all.
I have to say, Evan, one of my favorite pictures ever is that one on the wall behind you of you, clean you looking at dirty you. I love that picture.
You know how long that picture took to actually make happen?
Today it would take a half hour. Then it probably took a day.
No. So Chris actually was pretty quick about it, but where my arm is holding that grinder straight out like that.
Yeah.
He had to like keep moving it to the right spot to make it look like it was sitting in my lap like that. And holding that grinder straight out like that is a lot heavier than it looks when you're holding it there for like 5-10 minutes. But it took him like a half hour to make that picture happen. Chris had a lot of good vision with that.
It's cool.
I don't know if you guys, if the mic's picking this up or not, all the noise on my end, but if it is, I apologize. My printer decided to go through some kind of crazy self-service mode over here, and it's doing everything but spitting paper out right now. So, you don't hear it. Good work. Good job, Mike. It's doing its job. Partnerships, 10-4 magazine has, you could call them partnerships. We have our marketing partners. Evan, you're certainly one of them. It goes way beyond that, but we look at our advertisers as marketing partners. We're working together to have the best possible outcome for each of us, with the priority set on the individual who's our partner in this. And it seems to be the best way to make things work, and mutual respect occurs, mutual success can occur. Challenges. I mean, look, when you have a partnership, it works in ways that the hired gun, so to speak, doesn't probably have as much or the same outcome.
Well, and
let me add something to that. I want to give some props to Evan specifically. Sorry, buddy, but
no,
he always steps up and helps us with our bonus buckets at TFK. And when I reached out to him, he was totally on board. And I mean, we've got a pallet sitting in Huntington Beach a week later. When he says he's going to do something, bam, it's done. And I just thank you for that. I know what that entails and what that takes. And we did the math on what that bucket was worth last year and did the multiplication times 200. And it was like, crap, we should have just got checks from everybody. But we appreciate it, man.
If it comes down to that, I would send you a check too. I've been out to Trucking for Kids. I love Trucking for Kids. It hasn't worked out in my schedule because I run Tony Justice's show, The Large Cars and Guitars, and it's so close that getting to both and organizing it and orchestrating it with Tony, it hasn't worked. But I keep telling myself I'm going to slow down one of these years and make time to come back out, because honestly, I love Trucking for Kids.
So here's what you should do, Evan, because we have our second show in November. You know about that, right?
I'm coming to November 1.
All right, so you come to that, and it's gonna be a blast. It's gonna be so much fun.
I'm excited. When you
It's
told me
gonna
there
be
was going to
old
be a second
school-
one in
old-
November,
Yep, old school
I
trucker
was so excited.
rodeo, and it's gonna be a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to it.
That's
You
gonna
know,
be a
with
good
it
time.
scheduled the way that it is, I'm hoping it turns out to be that show during the year where we all can get together, and it's like everybody can sign off on that show as being the last show for for most of us, and I think it will be. I think it'll be that one where we can take a breath and go, all right, now it's time to get back to being with our families, celebrating the holidays, and going into the new year again. So,
Which is what Trucking for Kids used to be. It used to be the last show of the year, at least for us. And
Yeah.
then October got so slammed with shows. Now it's nowhere near the last one, but
no,
which is why we moved it. But anyway, I didn't mean to talk about TFK. But anyway, you
No,
guys,
it's okay.
so you should pop up some pictures of some of Rowan's work from the story.
you guys talk while I do that. I will bring that up right now. I haven't got those up yet, so I've been too busy having fun with everybody and talking. So if you guys talk amongst yourselves real quick, I'll.
Hey,
So midway through the drawings, I kept telling Josh there's a lot more potential with what you're doing. I'll just keep putting you in front of cool truckers and just keep doing what you do best.
Yeah, he's definitely got you've definitely, Josh. I keep wanting to call you Rowan. You
Hey, that's cool,
definitely
man.
you got it. You got your totally. I love in the story how you talk about staying in your lane and not really. People tell you, oh, you should look at other people's stuff, and I could totally resonate with that. People tell me the same thing, and honestly, I just don't. I don't want to know what I wouldn't call them competitors because they're my friends.
Right.
But what they're doing is what they're doing, and I don't want it to influence what we're doing. So I kind of make it a point not to look at other people's stuff and just do what we do, And I appreciated when you said that. I could totally relate to it. So I think it's good. You stay in your lane, you do your thing, and that's what you do.
I mean, that's to me, you can learn from people, but to me, it's not mine. You know what I mean? If I didn't figure it out, like with my chrome, I can make a piece of paper look shiny, like a bumper. Well, I can't tell you how to do it. I just learned how to do it by mistake that I did. And all of a sudden I know how to draw chrome. And it's just, it's just one of those things where if I was trying to copy somebody else, I don't think I would have got it to where as soon as somebody sees my chrome, they know it's mine. You know what I mean? Like I stay there and I don't know. It kind of feels like cheating a little bit, if I'm looking at another dude's piece of paper trying to get the answers off his text,
the way you explain that to me, it's the difference between one polisher and another. Honestly, you look at somebody's work and they say, yeah, man, I polished that piece of aluminum. And then you look at, Evans and you go, no, that's polished. You're not quite there yet, but keep trying, and I'm telling you, no, that's no bull, man. There's a difference between, and listen, I'm going to throw another guy's name into the mix, whether you're looking at a Kaliva job or you're looking at an Evan job. I mean, that level of polishing there's just no discerning. It's there, who you're looking at. So,
I know Josh got to throw me under the bus a little bit ago. I'm going to do the same to him. So a few years back, Josh noticed that I follow a lot of artists. I follow every artist on the page. And Josh, I'm sure you're going to catch on to this pretty quick. But he sent me a screenshot one day of one of my favorite artists. And he saw that I was the top liker on the page. And he's like, I feel like a jealous girlfriend right now. He's like, I see you like all their posts. I'm like, honestly, I even like other polishers' work. Like, one thing that I want you to learn in this is that somewhere along the line, somebody's going to hate you. And I want you to just like their stuff anyways and just keep rolling on, because if you don't, this industry will suck you in and spit you out. Like, there's nothing to it. And yeah, honestly, I wouldn't want to be in this business with anybody else. When we bought our t-shirt printer, I told Josh there's going to be very few other artists that we work with. And there has been, I think we only have like 3, maybe 4 graphics on our entire website of like 200 graphics that are other artists, only because I stumbled across a cool graphic and was like, I had to have it.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well,
wait until they get a load of the new Mayberry shirt, huh? Ooh,
Wait till they see the new.
We got the graphic for that, don't we? Is that the one?
Yeah,
that
we
put
do.
in?
Yeah, you guys just got it. Yeah.
Oh, you saw it? Did you see
there
it?
you go. Hey, Dan, I've got 3 emails with 1 picture each and none of Josh's. These are just from the
No,
truck
Josh
show.
is on the website.
Oh, on the website.
Yeah, we
Okay.
got 5 new graphics that we're releasing for Louisville.
Oh God.
So the way it works, so Josh designs. Do you tell him what you want, or does he just come up with stuff and give it to you?
He gives me a truck.
I'll usually hit him up. Sometimes it's just an idea. Like sometimes I'll just hit him up like, hey, I've got this really cool idea. So for Louisville, I've seen this truck a bunch of times. The guy's been building it forever. I'm not allowed to say who it is. He's taking it to Louisville. It will be a limited mileage. It's a limited mileage combo. He's brought a really cool truck in the past. It's going to be a truck that gets a lot of pictures at Louisville this year. The truck hasn't been debuted yet. It hasn't been out of the shed. But I called Josh, what was it, 2 weeks ago, Josh?
Yeah, it's about 2 weeks.
I was like, I've got this really cool idea. He's been putting this truck together for probably the better part of 4, maybe 5 years. He's got like 14 gliders sitting in his yard that he's just building whenever he gets time. And I said, Josh, I want to do like a shirt with just a frame with the wheels and the motor in it. And then I want a forklift, dragging, putting the cab and the bunk on. And I want these all like pulled apart. And I want it to be called Matt's Crunch or something like that. He's like, well, I got you. I'll get that done. So like my brain works in weird ways and I come up with these harebrained ideas sometimes. And Josh always just makes it happen. I could draw him in crayon what I want and he sees it in his head and makes it happen.
We actually did that one time.
We did. A guy from Canada hit us up. The truck was in pieces and he's like, this is the color scheme. This is the stripe pattern. Drew it in crayon. This is what he wanted. And Josh is like, yeah, just find me the actual picture of a real truck. And I went on Google, found an actual picture of the truck. And the guy just sent us pictures, 6 months ago, maybe?
Yeah.
And the truck looked exactly like the rendering he drew. How he's seen that in his head, I have no idea.
Hey, hold on now. Your truck too now. Because
Yeah.
we drew it first.
Yep. When I rebuilt my truck, I hit him up and said, hey, I want to see what it would look like stretched out for like a 218 wheelbase ish, like right around in there. I want to see what it would look like with shift fenders on the back. I want to see what it would look like with a brown frame or a white frame, a white deck plate or a brown deck plate. He drew them all out for me, and yeah, he did my rendering for what we ended up sticking to when we built it.
Tell us what we're
Josh, Josh, we're gonna have to talk after the show and put a couple of things together. I think for some ideas that I'd like to just kind of turn over to you, but we'll do that offline. Dan, I found the photos and I'll tell you one of them. I know I can tell Evan took the picture, and I'll show you that one here in a minute. But here you are autographing some.
No, I was actually drawing right there.
Okay. And is that a skateboard?
Skateboards.
Yes.
Yeah.
I figured out one day that in the trucking industry, there's nobody has any skateboards. I don't know what got me to start drawing on skateboards. Look at this fool.
I don't know how many more of them you need, but
look at that one.
If John's struggling to find pictures, there's a
no.
So funny story, the one that we were just talking about, the guy that drew it in crayon, that's the truck
with the dog.
Nice.
Did the guy draw the dog or just tell you there was one in the picture?
No, he cartoon drew the dog with
I drew everything, man.
Wow.
So
the first Mayberry winner.
This photo here's the one I'm pretty sure Evan did the selfie on this one. Is that you, Evan, taking that picture?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a 5-foot-long arm. That's why.
I was looking more to the background there. It had a Babes and Big Rig look to it.
We We were scouting for talent, I think, is what they call
I
it.
think you were, man. I think your camera's on like auto find mode or something.
Don't let him lie.
That's what's
He
called.
goes
That's what's
around
called
with
a photo bomb.
That was a photo bomb, no doubt.
Photo bum.
Hey.
Photo bomb.
Hey, can you go back to the picture before? Can you see the one with the wheel?
Oh, you want this one or that one?
That one right
Yep.
there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
You see the one with the wheel right there with the lug nuts? Yeah.
Yep, that one.
If you zoom in on it, there's a girl in the lug nuts.
Yeah, Whitney, tattoo angel.
Right there.
Yep. Her
Yeah,
face
your
is in
face.
the
Yeah,
top
that's
right.
her face right there. I can see it.
Yeah.
The belly button and the one below it. And then her
Oh.
legs on the bottom.
Hey, hold on. The young one's pretty cool too. Look in the hubcap of the young one.
Oh yeah, my
So,
house across the
I-
street from my shop.
I can take credit on this one. I'm pretty sure that's my shot from the photo shoot.
No, actually that's
No?
from my shop. That was when we first did his truck the day before he left for Louisville.
Okay, I took a shot almost exactly like that. I thought for sure it was mine.
No, I
But
thought it
you
was
guys
funny
see-
because when you took that photo at Louisville, I was like, dang, Dan, that was my exact angle and everything from when I shot it at my shop.
Great
Wait a
minds
minute.
think
Hey.
alike.
Hey, hold on. Go back. There's the lady in the water.
Yeah, there's the one he
Oh,
didn't
okay,
like.
right there.
The one with the motorcycle.
Right there, yeah.
Yeah. Don't zoom in on her face.
Is it anybody we know or somebody we don't want to know?
No, it's just the way my hand, saw the picture, I guess. But you guys see what I was talking about with the chrome? Like, I have no schooling. I have nothing. I taught myself everything I know. And that chrome right there was an accident one day. And I thought I messed up on a drawing. And I got mad because I spent 3 days on a drawing. And I got real mad and I left. And I came back and I looked and I said, Trish, does this look like chrome to you? She's like, yeah, kind of. And from that day on, it was 2015. And from that day on, man, it just people loved it. It's like Troy Massey's logo we did a long time ago where his truck's melting. If you look at the bumper's literally melting, but it's chrome too. Look at that. You got my portfolio over there. I was wondering where it was.
Kim chimed in and said she took the picture. I'm not sure which one she is referring to, but hold that up again. Hold that up again, Evan.
This was the first lady I talked him into drawing.
You're terrible.
Well, that worked out.
You're terrible,
That worked.
Josh.
I know he's not good at it at all, right?
That worked out.
Maybe he's just not good with faces.
My biggest problem is coming up with something. You know, like you were talking about, like
Oh.
what the hell was I just saying? Evan held up a picture and it was like, oh, the hardest part of my job is coming up with stuff. So a lot of times Evan will tell me what he wants to draw. And it's weird because I can see it. If I don't see it, it might take a few days to figure something up, but a lot of times he'll say something and I'll just know. A lot of my customers, if I see it in my head while they're talking about it, over. I can draw whatever they need.
Well, like I said, I'd like to talk to you.
Evan's doing like old school. He's like holding pictures up.
I know.
Heck yeah.
But before you know it, he's going to be faxing you something.
It was funny. Jade had never been to my shop.
Yeah.
And I said, I want it to look like it's sitting in front of my shop with snow on it. He's like, I got you.
Oh
And that's before I came to your house. Look at the trees back there. That warehouse thing back there.
He had no idea he was ever going to be. I mean, he's in my basement here. We've got like a whole nother house downstairs. And I've had their family here at the house to just come and hang out for my golf outing each year now. And, almost killed him on my motorcycle this year, but we made it.
Hey, listen, I'll never get back on another motorcycle like that again, ever. Listen, I've rode a bike before, but nothing like this. You should have seen me. I was on my stomach with my legs, Superman, and I was hanging on like this.
He was.
I did that. I did that in a jet ski once, and when I gasped it, it pulled my pants down.
Oh,
TMI, buddy.
How I brought
TMI.
Shannon over.
hey, is that a dolphin?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Hey guys, we're into the second hour, so we usually don't do that. I'm gonna wrap this up for everybody. I appreciate you taking the time to be on both halves of the show, and then into the third, actually, so the second hour of it, anyways. But if you'll hang on, Josh, after I close the show and stay there, and Dan and Shan, Evan, if you want to hang out too, that's cool. But I want to close the show out. Thank everybody for coming and talk about next week a little bit. So, number one, next week's going to be our cover show, and if you guys haven't got your cover magazine, your cover guy yet, there he is, right there, and I have it on
You need some
Word.
polish, Evan.
Look, we got
That thing
the
is
black
such a
gun.
beautiful truck. Such a
Yeah.
beautiful truck.
And a hero from I got it on good authority, Jake Bast. This is one of his heroes, so I was glad to hear that. If you haven't got your magazine yet, then you need to get a subscription so that you can get that happening regularly every month. You'll get one issue shipped to you as soon as they come off the press, and in a nice, clear, protective jacket, and it'll be as clean and fresh as the day it came off the press and shipped to you. Go to 104magazine.com, pick that up. Also, next week's cover
John
show
earned
is
his pay. Thanks, John.
thank you. And next week's show obviously is sponsored by the gentleman in the corner there, Mr. Evan Stager. So, yeah, that guy right there, one of the sponsors, and if not the 50%, the other half goes to Pittsburgh Power, of course. But always glad to have Evan on board and a part of that. So tune in next week, and then the following week to close the month out, we're going to have our guy that was part of a webinar thing that we did on financing and providing corporate financing to your company so that you can get true corporate finance, meaning it's in your corporation's name, not yours. So we're going to have Carlos on here, and he's going to talk to us about debt and credit report relief, I guess is the best way to put it. If you've got stuff on your credit report and you need to get it off credit, this is the guy that's going to show us and teach us how to do that. And of course, he is in business to do that. So we'll be talking to him on the last week of the show, and that show will be brought to you by Minimizer. Look forward to seeing everybody in Louisville. That's going to be coming up here before we know it. I swear, every day I wake up and it's another day closer to it happening. Going to be big things going on for 10-4 at this year's show. I will have to leave it at that right now to not give up what's happening.
You
But
give a little bit more up, John.
all right, well, Dan, I'm going to let you be the man to do that because you know where to go ahead.
I'd be prepared to say that our cover truck from March, which would not normally be in a place like Louisville, will be in Louisville.
There you
How
go.
about just that?
You heard it. You heard it first. 10 March.
We're gonna bring a little West Coast cool to that Midwest.
West Coast is
California cool.
Yeah.
Does it start with a?
Sorry.
Never mind.
Yeah, we're offline, Betty. Offline. Now that that's out of the bag, yes, sir. California Cool is going to be represented in Louisville, and I can add to that and just say, never before has one of these been there. This is going to be a first. So get ready, Louisville. You're going to see something you're not used to seeing, and you're going to be asking a lot of questions like, well, how does that thing work?
Just tip it like this. I'd give you a hint because I have one up there.
Easy.
Don't look too close.
Easy does it.
Everybody's gonna scroll back and zoom in on that.
I
know. And I'll tell you,
it's over far enough you can't see it.
Just from my own personal adventure last week of getting airfare and what that was like, and Dan and Shan helping me through that because their experience gave me a new strategy, and that's go in, look, find, and if that's not to your liking, completely dump that one and dump your cash and start over again. You will probably get a better rate on your airfare, and it's stupid how this all
You
works.
know about that, Evan, right? Like if you're going to buy airfare, man, clear your cash because they know your
All the
history.
cookies,
They know what
everything.
you're willing to pay. They know where you are, and it changes your rate.
Yep, 100% it does.
And look
Tracking
at
cookies.
and here's the big difference, and the big important key to this is now for a traveling guy like me who brings big bags with lots of equipment, I'm always checking extra bags. So look at the difference between that fare, which charges you $35 to $45 a bag, and what first class is, which allows 2 bags at 70 pounds each, where you pay 35 and 45 at 50 pounds each for regular fares and not getting near the treatment on the way there and back. So be careful about what you buy out there. Anybody flying, check it out. Get it done now, because I think we get closer, it's only going to get worse. So
go and print yourself one of those fake media passes. You can go right online, make one, just put your little face on it. You get discount on your bags for having camera gear and stuff. Discount big time on your price. I'll give you guys the info on it.
Give me the 411.
I have these little fake media badges. Not only do they get me into places I don't belong sometimes, they get me discount on my packages, getting them to the shows.
Somewhere around here, I've got the Folsom TV media passes we created when we were doing Folsom TV, and those got
Use them
us
when you check in.
Those got us on field to sporting events as regular media, man. And yeah, anyway. So. All right, and we were just the nobodies. We were the coming up guys, that nobody'd heard of. We weren't the network, but we were somebody. Anyway, thanks everybody for tuning in. Look forward to seeing everyone next week. Thanks to all the guests that came in, the couples that shared their Valentine's Day today with us and some of their past ones. And anybody has a guest out there they'd like to have us bring on the show, email me or inbox messenger on Facebook, whatever you guys want to do, and get hold of me. Let me know who that person is. I've already seen some pictures and things of trucks and pieces here and there that are coming to Louisville. Some of them everybody else has seen, and they're the monster build-off trucks that are coming, and big rig build-off as it's called this year, I think. And JC tuned in a little while ago. JC, I saw you there, buddy. Thanks for all your help making things happen for us here at 10-4. We'll look forward to seeing everybody next week with our cover truck show.
Evan. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Josh Jr.
Thank you.
Yep. Keep the shiny side up, folks. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you next week.
Happy Valentine's Day. Now go have some Valentine fun.